Lorraine Menza here, and there's my dog Oliver in the back. I don't know if you can see him. I'm in the way, so there's Ollie. Today we're going to talk about creating wealth, paradigm shift. Well, it's very interesting. When I think about paradigms, from what I've learned from Bob Proctor. So let me tell you a little bit about Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor is an 82-year-old gentleman who has a very successful businessman who's made millions of dollars, has more energy than I have in my little thumb, and most younger people have. And he does a lot. He spent 9 years of his life trying to figure out what makes people successful, what makes them do what they want to do. What takes somebody like Edison, who had 1,000 attempts to create a light bulb, to keep going, even though a lot of people said he was an idiot for continuing on. What takes people like the Wright brothers to actually have a plane that actually flew, because people have made thousands and thousands of attempts to have flight and it didn't happen. These people broke the barriers of not being able to do something. People said, "Whoa, you can't do this. You can't do this." But they did. And they accomplished it. And so can you. Bob Proctor says that he can make a millionaire out of anyone. So what does it take to become a millionaire, to get success in your life? It takes a shift, a paradigm shift. Now, what the heck is a paradigm? A paradigm is an inherited thought pattern. Genetically, you've inherited all these thoughts that from generations and generations of people, and it can affect your relationships, your weight, how you think about success or money. It can affect all areas of your life. Well, you may say you want to make a change consciously. Your conscious mind says, I want to make a change. I want to be a success. I want to take my business to a different level. But your subconscious can sabotage you, and your paradigms live in your subconscious area. So how do you break out of this? How do you just get, smash it and create a new one? Because your paradigm controls everything in your life. You can say you want something, but until you change your paradigm, it is not going to happen. So that's the goal of this, is to learn how to change. And Bob Proctor says it takes a lot of repetition. He has read Think and Grow Rich every single day since 1963. He says there's something in that book, every time he turns, he reads a couple pages every day, that there's something new he learns every single day that he's reading this book. So there's Think and Grow Rich have thought patterns that are created in Bob Proctor's mind. And so should you. Affirmations are one way of doing this. Now, we are told to make an affirmation. It's a positive statement of what you want to create in your life. And you read it, they tell you to read it once in the morning when you wake up, and once before you go to bed in the evening. But Bob Proctor says you have to make these wealth statements or these abundance statements, and you read them and you say them out loud repeatedly throughout the day. You say it over and over and over and over again. It's not just a two times thing that you do. And you read positive books, and like he's reading Think and Grow Rich, you find things that are going to keep you in that mode, and read it and read it and keep reading and reading and reading. And the repetition is not just in what you say and what you think, but it's your actions. And now it's going to lead to actions that you're going to keep repeating, that we're going to get you towards your goal. That is the only way you can create a paradigm shift. So Bob Proctor talks about a fear barrier that we all have. This fear barrier is really your old thought patterns that come in your way, and you've got to break through that. And even though there's still fear involved, you need to keep going and keep thinking those positive thoughts, and going ahead with what you got to do. After all, don't you, if your life was a movie, don't you want to be the lead actor or actress in it? You don't want to be just an extra. And you want to be able to be the lead role. You want to create what you want to create and get rid of those old thought patterns, because Without changing your paradigm, nothing changes. They prohibit you from moving forward and forth and creating the wealth or success or a relationship that you want or the weight reduction, whatever it is you want in life, you have to change that paradigm. So I just find it so interesting that, a lot of people have those old thought patterns. Mine was when I was growing up, my parents constantly said, money doesn't grow on trees. So I always thought money wasn't an easy thing to earn. That's basically what they were saying. But I'm not saying that money's just, it grows on trees, but it's not impossible to earn. It's not impossible to be a millionaire. It is not impossible. You have to change your mindset. You have to change the way you think. You have to change your affirmations. You have to be repetitive and do it over and over and over and over again. And when you do that, that's when you break into a new paradigm of beliefs and thought patterns. That's what you want to do. So with that said, leave a comment. Hopefully you like this, found some value. Click on the link below. Remember, it's up to you to change your life. Take care.